Well, would you send a 3-year-old to maths lessons? It may sound dramatic. Some say it's too young, but with numeracy standards slipping in Australia, a new scheme aims to get toddlers counting early. And as I discovered, the scheme is making maths as enjoyable and as everyday as a bedtime story.
Start nice and slow.
1, 2.
Then speed up more.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For many of us, it was Sesame Street's Count Von Count who first introduced us to numbers. But that's changing, and now basic math skills are being taught at preschools to children as young as 3.
Great, Thomas. Good job.
The TheSmithFamily Foundation is behind the play-based learning program Let's Count. Children, staff and parents here at the Highland Grove preschool on the New South Wales Central Coast were early adopters.
And what's next?
6.
6.
So yeah.
Okay, and who do we know who's 6?
Jack.
Amanda Lamb's daughter Jessica is following in her big brother's footsteps. He was one of the first participants. What kind of results did you see with Jack over a year?
Quite exciting because he's just started kindergarten this year. Right now he's way ahead in his maths.
Would there be a benefit in other parents having access to something like this?
Yeah,
for their
absolutely.
kids?
I think just to let parents know it's not stressful, it's not too hard to try and implement it. And it's just being conscious of the everyday maths that's around.
The program also aims to help parents who aren't necessarily confident with maths themselves. And for the Creever family, it's working. Do you think you otherwise would have found it daunting, perhaps, to start teaching Sari and Eli maths on your own?
Yeah, I was freaking out enough with the words, let alone counting. So, yeah, definitely. Anything that gives kids a head start and gives them confidence. I struggled, so I would have loved something like that when I was growing up. So it just would have made it easy and made sense from an early age without pressure.
Funded by Origin Energy, the scheme was set up in 2011 to help disadvantaged children before they started school. Since then, more than 8,500 children in learning centres across the country have benefited. Origin's funding covering basic toys and training for educators.
We've been able to track their growth in mathematics, in measurement, in counting, across a whole range of activities. And so we can see that the children at the end of the program have got much stronger math skills than they did at the beginning.
The numbers speak for themselves. 54% of children could count to 20 by the end of this program. That's compared with 37% of kids who didn't enrol.
This is really not about sitting down and studying maths at all. This is about a fun activity. It's about seeing maths in the everyday.
Maths is quite literally everywhere here in this preschool. Even here in the playground, the kids find ways to include counting in their games, and they quite clearly enjoy it. Good job. It's almost a sneaky way of introducing maths into their playtime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a real subtle thing. They don't even know they're learning. And yeah, we walk away going, our kids are smart, so.
Like putting veggies in their spag bowl. So pleased with the results, the Smith family wants the program to become mainstream, to give every Aussie child the same kickstart into primary school. Yeah, it's really interesting, and the results obviously are very, very encouraging. When I first heard about this story, I thought 3, surely that's too young for maths lessons, but they're not lessons. It's integrated really seamlessly into what they do every day, everywhere across the preschool.
Because there are going to be people out there who say, righto, hang on a second, this is too much too soon. The kids go to school anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they learn these things anyway, and why not do it when their brain's developing?
But literacy is included in preschool already, the way that now numeracy will be too. Hopefully, if this program is adopted right around the country, it's natural for kids to pick up literacy skills just by reading bedtime stories at home. But parents don't necessarily do that naturally at home. They're not counting with their kids. Well, some are, but not all of us, the way we do instinctively go to bedtime stories. So it's just integrating it into a way that feels natural for kids. A lot of these kids that have been through the program are going home and playing with tape measures and counting out biscuits for their friends and counting eggs with their parents while they're cooking. And that's because they're doing this at preschool and adopting it at home as well.
It's so good program.
And it's a cheap program. It costs about $70 per child to implement. So they don't need a lot of funding, but they do need funding. So if you can support, the Smith family is the place to go.
Well done, Smith family. And how cool was a tape measure when you were a kid?
So much fun. I'm this tall, my arms are this long.
No, but I mean just releasing it. Releasing it on your brother.
Sometimes you get yourself on the
thing.
You do,
yeah. Oh, no. It's a lesson every kid should learn.
Don't play with
just
the tape
really,
measure.
really quickly,
Kids
some of those
it.
real simple things with children, I try to do it let them put the money over the counter to buy something, then count the change when they get it back.
Yeah.
That really rudimentary
Agreed.
stuff helps so much.
Good story, Sylvia.
Thank
Well
you.
done,
You made us
Sil.
think and you brought something new to us.
I'm glad you enjoyed
All
it.
right, what have you got for tomorrow?
Wait and see.
All right.